Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for taroscopes. We're going to be doing the taroscopes for the sign of Leo. That's Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising for the month of April 2024. Now, generally, I have been doing, hello, Charlie. That's my cat who yelled at me. Um, we, I think he's a Leo. I don't know for sure, but he kind of strikes me as a Leo. Anyway, back to the issue at hand. I have been doing astrology and then doing the tarot scope, the tarot part of the tarot scope. So I did the scope, then I would do the tarot and call it a tarot scope. But I have gotten very busy, gratefully so. I'm very, very grateful for that. Getting to meet a lot of really cool people. If you're one of them, it's been a pleasure, and a lot of new subscribers, and just been generally much busier. And so the time to do the taroscopes has been whittled down a bit. And so what I'm going to do is going to do a astrology reading, and I will bring in the different signs here and there in the reading, but it's going to be the reading for all of the astrology for the month, and then with some little tidbits for each sign. So if you want to know um, what that is, what's in store for you astrologically, that would be the video to watch. So you can keep your eyes peeled for that. It will come out along with the taroscopes, but it will be a separate video. All right, so we're in Leo. We're looking at Leo, and of course, Leo is a sign that's ruled by the sun. So where the sun is important to the Leo, and the sun is in Aries as we start the month and then moves into Taurus. Aries is a fellow fire sign. So when the sun is in Aries, you feel energized. You feel like it's not hard to get the energy. Trines, which is the energy between the sun in Aries and yours and Leo, there's a flow of energy, so it's easily accessible. Once the sun moves into Taurus, it's a little bit more of a challenge. Taurus is a sign that is square Leo, so there is some crisis that generally happens. This is usually like once the sun has moved in to Taurus, which I believe happens this month on the 19th of April. I believe it's the 19th. It could be the 20th, but I'm pretty sure it's the 19th. And so the first part of April is a little bit perhaps easier, the second part a little bit harder. Although I will say that we are having this eclipse, and it is a solar eclipse. And so there is an eclipse of the planetary body that rules you. So you can feel almost like the lights went off for a bit and then they come back on. And in that coming back on of the light, something profound has happened. And usually these eclipses can be pretty profound as far as how they affect all of us, not just Leo, but because you are a sun ruled by the sign ruled by the sun. I can speak English, I think. Uh, it's just a consideration. It's just a consideration. So if you're feeling a little low energy, just wait. Just wait. It'll come back. The light will come back on. All right, let's see. I am going to be using the Elemental Tarot. Let me just make sure that's the one. The Elemental Power Tarot. This is the deck. It's a beautiful deck. The art is just absolutely beautiful. Although they do change up um, the elements in here. In this deck, the element of fire is swords, and the element of air is wands. But we'll just go by what comes up. We'll see what comes up in the reading and how it what exactly is happening. All right, let's cut the cards and get started here. All right, we start with the Strength card. This is your card, man. This is your card. And we have Looks like an apologies here. I keep moving it back and forth. There we go. It looks like ginger. Look at that. Look at the ginger right there. So the ginger, he's rolling around in a ginger patch or some patch of some sort. Uh, it could be, I see ginger here, and that could be poppies. I'm not sure. But of course, poppies connect you to your root chakra. Ginger is I actually love ginger. I love ginger. It's one of those things that warm you up. If I'm feeling, kind of like coldish or low energy or feeling like stuff in this area, I'll usually drink some ginger tea at night, and it's like miraculous. It really does help, and it's also good for your stomach. So if you're having some stomach issues, Leo, try some ginger. Try some ginger. That may help some of the issues that you're having. I'm doing the Leo one, and all the animals want to be heard. First, it was the cat, and I don't know if you heard that, but that was Apollo, who I don't know if he is a Leo, but I did name him after a sun god because he thinks the world revolves around him. And for anybody who has a parrot as a pet, they know that it's true. It does. All right. So what do we have as a crossing card? We have the nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. Oh, interesting crossing card. I would say as a crossing card, because a crossing card is always like a little bit of a challenge. Perhaps you're having, excuse me a second. Apollo, stop it. I might have to close my door. Okay. Um, you may have a challenge at this time, just setting up the finances in some way, making them work for you, or figuring out how best to utilize the resources that you have in order to um, support your lifestyle. Um, you want to live in a certain way, then you have to set it up that way. That's what I would say that that card means. Let's see what's underneath. Oh, we have the Emperor, the Aries card. This is about having dominion. It's about being in charge. Um, it is, it's about taking the reins of your life. It is a four vibration, so it's about building a foundation. And so you're strong enough and you have the resources if you figure out how to uh, organize them, perhaps, or make them work for you to support your dominion or your realm, perhaps. In the past, we have the death card. So there has been a profound change recently for you, a death of an old way of being, perhaps, and being reborn to a new way. It can also be mean that somebody has passed or a situation has passed out of your life, and now you're sort of on the other side of that. Let's see what's in the sky. We have the Six of Swords, and so this is a rest. There's rest. The what's the word I'm looking for? The upheaval. The upheaval is there's a truce here. There's a sense of balance. Things are balanced off at the moment. Excuse me 1 minute. I do have to close my door because my bird is being very we would call it obnoxious. Well, actually, we would call it something else in New Jersey, a PIA, but we'll just stick with obnoxious. Door closed. Problem not solved, but door closed. So slight problem solved. Bigger problem. You can't shut a parrot up. All right, what do we have here? The two of fire coming up in the immediate future. This is a you're on fire. You want to get out there. You want to spread the word. You want to spread the energy. You want to spread the creativity that you're feeling. And so you're going to have to figure out what this month for you is ways for you to figure out how to best Go forward. How, like, what's the plan? What's the plan, Stan, to get your creativity out there? Um, I think the first step for you, Leo, was the stabilization of the this card here, the Emperor, at the root of things. Um, yeah. So, but it is a planning stage. You're in the stage of planning for the future. How it's seen from outside, the Ace of Cups, people just freaking love you. They really do. They really appreciate how much you give. They appreciate your generous heart. They appreciate how they feel when they're around you. Leos can be just so, I mean, they can, as you know, Leo, you can be kind of a PIA too. But for the most part, um, as long as you get your what's coming to you, your, whether it's your back rubs or your adulation or your goodies or whatever it is that you need, as long as you're being taken care of, you take care of other people, and as it should be, as it should be. Um, your domestic situation. Oh, we have the seven. Let's see, 5, 6, 7. The seven of Pentacles. Um, you're still not quite stable enough financially, so there are some things that you're going to have to prune. I want you to go through go through all the things that get paid out every month. There's, sometimes we have subscriptions. Maybe you have a Netflix subscription, you haven't watched Netflix in like 4 months, and meanwhile, it's like $60 later. And you might say, well, it's just $60, but it's $60 that you could spend buying a lobster, right? Give yourself a little treat. You want to make sure that um, that the resources are going in the right place. That's what that says in your domestic situation. Hopes and fears, the Nine of Swords. This is fear. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. This is anxiety. It's an anxious time. It's an anxious time out there. And so if you're feeling a little bit anxious, if you're feeling anxious about something that you can do something about, then do it. But if you can't do anything about it, you might as well just throw the anxiety out the window, because it's not going to help you, not going to make your life better. But of course, a lot of times we have anxiety because maybe just don't do something that we think that we know would be better if we had done. So do what you have to do. And then any extra anxiety, just throw it out the window. Just make sure you don't hit anybody in the head with your throwing your anxiety out the window, right? And we have the Nine of Cups as an outcome. This is getting your wishes. This could be, I feel like there's a party. I feel like you're going to be having a party, a celebration of sorts. Maybe things will get a little out of hand. Maybe it's a pool party, although I do realize that not all of us live in places where we can have a pool party in April. But if you happen to be in one of those places, there can be a pool party. Just, make sure you watch people who are drinking too much and too close to the pool, right? We don't want any incidents. But actually, that's a little bit of a joke, or maybe it was a psychic premonition. But we have a lot of joy and happiness. Um, we have the Seven of Cups. Now I'm going to pick 3 cards, see if I can get a major arcana. I have the Seven of Cups, which is a little bit more, delusional in its nature. But let's see what else comes up. Let's see, this is the Page of Cups. So this is news, good news coming. A lot of emotions. We end up with a lot of emotions at the end of the month. And the Eight of Cups. So just let me look underneath. We have the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Magician. Generally, this is a really good card. The only thing I would guard against is if you are going to have some sort of celebration, you do have to watch the drinking. Now, it might not be your drinking. You don't want an incident to um, get in the way of all the hard work that you've put into something. You don't want to sort of throw it away on a good party. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful of that. I think that's what I want to say about these cards. Otherwise, they look pretty good for such a pivotal month within the grand scheme of, life on Earth. Your life looks like it's going pretty good. And again, don't feel bad about that. Enjoy it. Part of life is enjoying. And of course, the better you do, the more people you can help. There's always that, part of it. So, um, but it looks like a pretty good month for you, Leo. At least the cards say so. So if you would like to have a reading with me, I do readings. I am getting busier, so you might have to wait a bit to get a reading with me. But if you go on my website, they'll give you options as to what dates are available for you. If you would like or give a thumbs up, that's helpful. If you'd like to support my work, I do have a Patreon page. Patreon folk usually get things sooner than YouTube. But the busier I get and the more support I get, the more I can actually do for you guys. So I'm willing as soon as I'm able. And I think that's all I want to say. Be careful out there. It is a little treacherous. We're not gonna ignore that, but we're also not gonna worry too much because worry doesn't do anything but attract the things that you're worried about closer to you. So put worry out the window, anxiety out the window, and enjoy your life because we have one and it's a gift. And if anybody knows the gift of life, it's a Leo. So do your thing, Leo. All right. Have yourself a great month. I'll see you again in for the Taroscopes for May. But until then, check me out in the mornings when I walk through the garden. We had a daffodil come up today, so woo woo. So the flowers are starting to come up, so things are going to start to look a little bit prettier in the yard. But the astrological information is always good, whether it's a beautiful day or a cold, rainy, and snowy day. And you've been through all of it with me. So, all right. Take care, everyone. Namaste. Much love.